been wanting this shit forever. I've been in the field with whatever they throw at me. Brush it off, pick myself up, moving on to the better.
And I was one of the guys that went there, and I was so excited because I was making $300,000 and I needed help because I was capped. I had no army, and that's what you told me. You got to build your army. And
I've been doing real estate for 10 years.
Yeah.
Your books that pushed me to open up my own company. First time that I hit 300,000 for the year. It's basically a two-man team. Me.
What did I tell you? You need to build an army, and you know what keeps people from building armies? Money. You can't win a war without an army. I don't care how good you are, okay? I'm driving Albert's car. You know Albert's way. I know Albert's.
A moment can live on forever.
All right, so here we are back for Real is Rare. And so my name is Miriam. This is Paul Ayrton, my fabulous husband. And I'm so excited, really, to do this episode with you guys because you guys are another power couple. I mean, literally, you both can handle it all on your own. You're powerful separately, but even more powerful together, which I think is a really big deal. And so it's rare that you find, you normally find people that are great individually, but it's rare that you find someone that are both great individually, but are together, right? Which is really nice. So excited to see you guys. So Albert and Sil Preciado, you guys have several companies, right? You guys have Mortgage Guys, Ambient Realty, and then obviously the Driven events that we see all the time. So fun fact, we didn't know you guys back then, but we attended, I think, your first Driven event, right, babe? Was it the first Driven event?
Second.
2017,
We were just talking about
2018.
it.
2018 was the second one.
Yeah, that's the second Driven event.
Well, it's the one with Grant and Patrick when we did the VIP room, because we were at the VIP room, and then Grant and Patrick were there.
It was definitely Driven 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Driven 2 at the Ritz-Carlton, and we had the private lunch at the Wolfgang Puck, right there across the street from the event, from the ballroom.
It wouldn't be the same if we didn't bring one of these, so we gotta.
We know our.
There's
we
your.
know who we're talking to. We know this is your favorite, right?
But you want me to tell you something though that I really admire and respect about you guys, and I mean especially about you guys, is that not a lot of people have the track record. Yeah. And you guys have the track record because there's one thing when somebody has been winning for 3 years versus somebody that has been in the struggle and fighting for a decade, for 2 decades. So 2018, you know, we're struggling. We're always struggling. Like every year is a different struggle. Like you guys have, like I have friends that are, I have a friend that's a billionaire and he gets lawsuits of $28 million, $30 million like this. And he has to right away pay up a big amount, get a lawyer and defend himself. And he has to put like $16 million out of his money to start the whole process and just to put it right there just in case, worst case scenario, $16 million out of pocket. So like no matter how big you get, you're gonna have bigger problems. So going back to 2017, 2018, people don't realize that, hey, we were having different kind of struggles back then. But I know you guys were also like coming up. You guys weren't the same version that you are today. Right. But it also shows the pain threshold. So I tell people a lot, like, hey, what is your pain threshold? Is it a level 6? Is it a level 1? Is it a level 3? I think in order to win in business and continue to win for a decade or more, you need a pain threshold of level 6. Because I have like a graph that I show people, and there's like level 1, level 2, level 3, all the way up to level 6. And if you have a level 6, you're gonna get very, very far in life. If you have a level 5, you know you'll get far. But when you have a level 6, meaning like the top amount of pain you could tolerate as a business, because you guys have a beautiful house here, a beautiful family. You have like 6 puppies,
8 dogs.
or 8 dogs.
Yeah.
And they all look expensive. So they are. So you build something, right? Yeah. It takes a lot to build this. I know you've been working on your business for I think 20 years
Pretty
or
much.
so.
Yeah.
So like I really respect that about you guys, because there's a lot of people that, hey, we're new in business, we have a lifestyle that's been going on for 3 years. I think those people need to prove themselves before they earn my respect. But you guys have been killing it for a long time, and it's good to have other people like that we can relate and be friends with.
Yeah, that's a good point you're making. I have, because we just came from Andy Elliott's office. Albert did an incredible job there. And one of the things that I was, while you were getting interviewed, one of the things that popped up in my mind was your ability to handle pressure. I mean, which you just talked about right now.
Yeah.
And literally it's in my notes.
Yeah.
So that's an indicator of everything, because most people pop just with the rejection.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, imagine your pressure is one rejection on the phone and then you're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Done.
So Paul, I don't want to cut you really quick right here, but 2018, when you guys went to the Driven event, I was talking to Bradley because I did a podcast with Bradley yesterday, dropping bombs, and I was telling him 2018, we live in a high rise across the street from our office, and we go have lunch at Sushiya, a sushi place on Sunset, and I'm driving the Rolls Royce Ghost, a pre-owned Rolls Royce that we have that I bought for her, and it's me, Brad, and his camera guy, and I'm battling a heart attack. Like I feel like I'm gonna get a heart attack or some sort of attack in the sushi place. I don't have any money. My account's like $5 or negative or $20 or $40. I don't know, same shit. But I don't have the money. But money could come in tomorrow. Money could come in like in a week. I know money's coming in because we have a business. It's doing good, but money comes in, money goes out. And we have a lot of bills. We have a 1-year-old. And we have the Driven event coming up, and people don't look at that. People might say...
This is in 2018.
2018.
The same one we attended. Isn't that
so,
crazy?
So people might be making fun of me or us, and be saying like, hey, they could barely afford their cars, they're leasing them, they rent,
Always.
they this. But what they don't realize is we're fighting. We're fighting hard, we're taking risks, and in order to level up. So like people, I don't think people hate or talk or criticize what you have or how you're doing it. What they're really criticizing is like your work ethic, your ability to take risks, your willingness to never quit, or unwillingness to not quit. But it's that effort that it takes to build something big. But 2018, like we're like going through it. Like we're struggling. People don't see that. But then 9 years later, like 9 years after Driven, 10 years after you build a business, like that's what people see, but they don't realize, man, it's hard, and it still gets hard, and it's always going to be new challenges.
Right.
Wow. That's crazy, huh?
Oh my gosh.
And that's a great event, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Because our DM is still in there. And if you put, I was looking for 10, 15 tickets for the team.
Yeah.
It's on there. I was looking at it the other day.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, events are a lot of work. It's crazy. It's amazing once it's here and gone, and all the lives you get to change and people you get to inspire. You guys know, based on the events you have them quite often, the ones that we've been attending. So it's a good feeling, but it's so much work.
Yeah.
But I guess it's
We do
worth
it for
in the end.
free. That's the difference.
Yeah.
I know.
But we do it for internally, right? It's not external.
Right.
Yeah.
It's for the team. So that's the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we've been doing events for 20 years. I mean, because even with doing events with Ed, I mean, everything. It was like our natural norm. It was like a nice practice ground because that's how we got to practice how to speak. Right. Because we had, we would speak in an arena with 60,000 people or 30,000, and but it was given to the people winning, right? So that they got the stage time, and that built our identity as a speaker, right, and all that stuff.
In the industry, right?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah, you're pretty good on stage.
Oh yeah.
Do you enjoy it?
I do enjoy it. I do.
I do it because it's necessary. She does it because she enjoys it.
I like it when she says, people that pay attention.
You get it for free.
That's right. That's right. I have to tell you though, I appreciate you saying what you said earlier when you talked about, how hard it was in, 2018, and you guys were struggling to do something great, and people didn't see like everything that was happening in the background, right?
Yeah.
So one of the things that him and I learned many years ago is champions have the ability to play hurt. And so oftentimes the world doesn't see the pain that you're going through because you have to put on a brave face, right? You have to put on a brave face for your family, for your children. You have to be...
For your team, yeah.
Yeah, you have to put on a brave face for your team and be the calm in the storm. But the fact that you're saying that is because a lot of your presence, like when I look at you guys on social media, you see a lot of the good stuff. But hearing you be vulnerable and sharing the things that you're going through, I think, is something that people need to hear.
Right.
Because it humanizes you guys.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, to whom much is given, much is expected, you
Yes.
know, and a lot of people, I think they just kind of give up right before they get there, or they're just too scared, so they'd rather just stay where they are, because of rejection or the fear of failure, but the reality is you just have to go for it. Like, what's the worst that can happen? That you end up right back where you started, that's fine. At least you'll have the knowledge, the experience.
I mean, the worst that could happen is what
Well,
if
most people are scared of that, though.
Yeah.
They're scared of going back.
Yeah.
They're scared of going back to zero.
Right.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
They
the
can't face it again.
The worst that could happen is what if you never tried and didn't find out? That you guys would probably be in a little house in
West Covina.
Burbank.
I used to be in West
West
Covina.
Covina.
That's where we grew up. 91791.
California.
Wow. I grew up in La Puente, so it's literally down the street.
Yeah?
Yeah, we were neighbors.
Yeah.
Well, you were in La Puente too, in El Monte.
Yeah, I lived in El Monte.
You're practically Latina.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's why I love Mexican food.
Did you ever go to Spice, the nightclub on Barranca?
That's my hood. I went to school in South Hills.
Yeah.
So Spice is right down the street, right next to In-N-Out.
I used to go there every
Yeah?
week.
Yeah,
I used to go there every week. I probably
That's
ran.
literally where we met. How crazy is that?
You guys met at Spice nightclub?
You know how
Holy
it's
shit.
right in the parking lot of In-N-Out, how it's like together?
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
next
Yeah,
to it.
right there.
Oh, wow.
Right outside.
Well, listen, speaking of nightclub, do you want to do the honors?
You want to do it or you want to do it?
I'll do it.
Okay, all right. It's
You don't
your
have to
bottle,
ask me
man. You
twice.
should get a percentage of this company.
For real. And Celsius.
Yeah,
all
listen,
those.
Because I see them in all your IG.
Yes.
Your celebratory, when you're done with your
Yeah,
work,
okay.
I see it pop.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Wow.
All good, don't worry about it.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
shit.
Hold on.
That's good right there. I got it. That's good. I like it. No cuts,
Listen,
please.
that's real is rare.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, cutting.
Real life.
That was, it went way up. It didn't like land somewhere.
I don't know. It's fine. It landed wherever it's supposed to land.
So like I love that champagne because it's like perfect. It's not too expensive. It's not too cheap, and it tastes just as good as like an
That's
expensive
funny.
bottle.
Oh yeah,
We're not cutting that,
just right.
Josiah. Keep it.
No,
It's
we're
like-
not.
it's like-
We're
it's
not.
like
That
the
was
perfect.
good.
We're not.
Sorry, I didn't
cutting
run all the way to the kitchen, so I went to the.
Thank you so much.
But you know that right now champagne sales are down.
Yeah. People aren't celebrating.
People aren't
Really?
celebrating that much.
Isn't that sad?
So like we used to go buy, if you buy like a 6-pack,
a 6?
you get it for like 30% or 30% off. But
Really?
right now, since champagne sales are down,
Yeah.
they cut that. So now you don't get any type of sales if they're. But like people like us, we're still celebrating. So
Do you feel rich when you drink champagne?
I just like the way
Is there a feeling outside of? I get the buzz, right?
Yeah.
But is there a feeling behind it too? Like almost like,
it's just low in calories.
No, forget the calories. I'm talking about like the feeling.
yeah, I think
Right?
champagne is classy.
Correct. Yeah,
So, like,
that's what I'm
it's,
saying.
It's kind of like Ferraris and Lamborghinis. Like I wouldn't drive Lamborghinis. I would
doesn't
only do
like
Ferraris. I
Lambos.
think Ferrari
Yeah.
is classy. I think champagne is classy, and
Yeah.
I mean that's my opinion.
Yeah.
But
I love it.
There's a lot of reasons why
Well-
I drink champagne.
Cheers to classy.
Cheers.
Cheers from ghetto ass West Covina to classy. How about that?
Hey. Hey,
I
West
didn't know you guys
wasn't
met
as,
in West Covina.
wasn't as bad as La
Wow.
Puente.
Okay, listen. Okay.
We moved past West Covina?
No, West Covina is not.
Oh, sorry.
ghetto.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay,
I
let's
forgot
not
where.
offend people that live in West Covina.
I think La Puente's more.
No. Yeah. No, West Covina is not ghetto, actually. Not at all. My point is, most people stay in the zip code that they lived in.
Yeah.
They were born in.
Correct.
Yeah.
They're born in, and
Isn't
they
that
never
crazy?
leave.
Point.
So it's like the first city that we actually lived in since we moved from another country. So I moved at 14 from the Philippines. So it's the first city that we actually like stayed in. And most people get stuck there. Like, remember when we wanted to move, we had a hard time. We want to come back there and
Yeah.
kind of own a bigger home in that same city. But a lot of
Move our
times your
family
dreams and
in.
goals is outside a different zip code or a
Right.
different state.
Right.
Like, we love it here. Like,
Right.
outside of the 111
Yeah,
today.
yeah. I was like,
We
ooh,
love it
it's
here.
hot.
Well, here is like it's a different battle. Like I
It's
got
hot.
dehydrated and I was calling you yesterday, like, hey, can you give me some pills? Like, I'm getting a cold sore.
I'm gonna get you electrolytes. Next time you come here. You wake up
I think I felt like I needed electrolytes and some, some sort of injection or something. But
Glutathione or what?
but like we're driving, and I think it's hotter here than Vegas, right? Like, because we're driving, and here like
It's
you drive,
kind of heat.
Yeah.
and you blast the AC, and the Rolls Royce has very good AC. So like you blast the AC, but it's still not enough. Like you're still kind of sweating a little bit, and even also indoors.
Yeah.
Like you have the AC blasting, but it's still a little hot. Like my friend here was sweating his ass off, and it's the AC is on, but you go outside, man, it's really hot. But it's also 4% taxes, which is nice.
You know, and to touch on what you said, and not to offend anybody, I grew up in La Puente, and people are like, oh, it's so ghetto there. I'm like, oh, I was just fine. Like, I didn't think it was ghetto at all.
Yeah.
So West Covina, I knew was a way better city. But, to each his own. But I think a lot of people are just scared. I heard this on a podcast where I think it was Grant who said, I'm not going to ask my kids for permission to move. Like, it doesn't, we're going to move. We're going to go wherever our dreams are going to be able to be accomplished, where it doesn't matter because it's not going to happen here, right? And I think a lot of us are scared to leave, maybe. Like, I literally can't picture myself anywhere but California. I love California. I have lived in multiple cities, but California is just, the weather is amazing. Not the taxes, but yes, the weather.
No, you're right. The weather is amazing.
We might just move like next week.
Or you just buy a second home and you can just be snowbirds.
Explore before you even do it. Because that's what we did during COVID. We just explored for like 6 months.
Yeah.
In different states?
Yeah, we tried it all. Austin, Dallas, and I heard, Elon's going to Austin, Joe Rogan's going to Austin. We're like, oh yeah, let's check it out, right? And we checked out Fort Lauderdale. I knew Patrick was there. A whole bunch of other folks are there.
We went to Nashville. We went to Seattle, right? We checked out all these different places.
And
we just kept coming back here. The people were so nice. It was the vibe. It was a different kind of vibe.
I like it here. Like, and I think you get used to it. I mean, I know you get used to it. You get used to the weather, and then sooner or later you stop. Complaining.
But if you ask her, would you rather have the cold or hot?
Hot all day long.
You know what I mean?
The only thing
would you rather
missing,
freeze or
the only thing missing here is a beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is
We got
But we have
Puerto
lakes. We have a
Peñasco.
lot of lakes.
You know Puerto Peñasco? Rocky
In
Point.
Mexico?
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 hours. So Andy and Jackie own a house, a few homes there, right on the beach there in San Carlos. So you can literally drive from here or take a 30-minute flight to Hermosillo. Yeah. Yeah, we've been there. It's a great spot.
Yeah?
Yeah. It's basically Baja still. It's above the deal. So
That's good.
anyway, back to you guys. So I was listening to you, and as we have kind of similar background in real estate. I started in real estate just from telemarketing in a mortgage company, and it's actually in the same. So In-N-Out's right there. Your club where you met.
Yeah.
Right across on Garvey.
Yeah.
On the other side, there's brown building on stilts. That's where I first worked. I saw a Penny Saver ad. I worked there in those brown building and stilts. I think he's still there. Jorge Nunez. That was literally my first mentor.
Oh.
And he taught me the game of mortgages.
Was that West Covina?
Yeah.
Yeah, right across the
JRA
way.
funding. I'll give him the credit because he was my first guy that really helped me out and helped me buy a home at 19. And that's we literally went from a welfare house, or not welfare house, but a Section 8 house with barely any air, just like a blowing fan. We were sweating there all summer, and bad insulation, and then welfare, all that. And then we moved to the first home that we bought at 19, or I bought, I guess, from my earnings. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So you did mortgages
Yeah.
to start.
Yep. And then a year later, I got my. So I did telemarketing. That was it. It wasn't even mortgages. It was just telemarketing, calling leads to get 1003s.
Yeah.
And anytime, which is mortgage application. So anytime I got those leads and it closed, I got $200 bonus. Which, if that was small based on what they were making. So eventually, I figured out what they were making, and I said, I got to do that. Right?
You got your license.
Yeah.
You know Patrick Bet-David pretty good, right?
Yeah.
You know that I paid one of the best investments I made was paying him $10,000 for four one-on-ones. So I paid him $10,000 for 4 one-on-one mentorship sessions. I only paid him $5,000.
That's amazing. Thinking how much it would cost now, right?
Oh, now is what?
I mean, 6 figures, multiple 6 figures. But I paid him that, and that included lunch with him, one-on-one. I have like lunch. I have like a bunch of recorded videos of lunch, going to his house for dinner, hanging out. So it included a lot.
And in what year was this?
This was 10 years ago.
Vitaly was a baby.
So this is even before Driven?
This was right when we started Driven. So it was about 8.5 years ago.
That's so smart though.
But most people don't want to pay.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's so smart.
Yeah, personal development. Think about it.
But what it did is I had a mortgage company that I had started, and the company was the mortgage guy. Mm-hmm. So my plan was because I've always been into self-improvement.
Yeah.
So I saw one time I ran into Ty Lopez ads, and he was selling the 67 steps.
Right.
I know Ty Lopez now in person. So I saw that and I got it, and then I saw his ad with the video and the Lamborghini. Mm-hmm. So I said, you know what? Right now we're not doing good in mortgage. Like we're struggling to get it going. So I'm gonna get a nice car and promote mortgage, like Ty Lopez promotes his influencer career with his Lambo. So I got a Ferrari. I started the mortgage guy, and I said, you know what? I'm gonna do the Ferrari, the lifestyle. I'm gonna be the Ty Lopez, but for mortgages. So I said, I thought about I instead of we. I was like I. So I am the mortgage guy. The Ferrari, I am the guy. So I was thinking I, and it worked a little bit. But then I went to Patrick in my first session that I sat with him. He's like, do you want to be a local celebrity, or do you want to build a business that one day you could sell for $1 billion? That was the conversation. And he said, who do you want to be? And I said, well, I don't want to be a local celebrity. And he said, I have the recorded video. He said, do you want to be a local celebrity like a Grant Cardone, like a Ty Lopez? Grant Cardone dies, his business dies. Ty Lopez dies, his business dies. Or do you want to build a business that one day you could sell for $1 billion? So I said, I don't want to be a local celebrity. I want to build a business that I can sell for $1 billion. Right. So he said, so maybe the mortgage guy doesn't make sense. Maybe the mortgage guys makes more sense.
So all inclusive, basically, guys, girls.
So then we changed the name to the mortgage guys, added a letter. We went plural, where like big ego people want to be part of it, as opposed to like somebody that's going to be just your little bitch and work under a Paul or a Miriam. Like, no, this is going to be a company. Yeah. Like if you look at the company that we join now with you guys, GFI. It's not the Olsen's group, or it's not the Paul or the Ayrton's group. Right. It's GFI. You look at.
But not only that, it's driven financial. It's your own deal in it, right? So.
Yeah, but you build a vision where people want to be part of, not be under a person, and so that's one of the best things that Patrick told me, and we rolled with that. And then, eventually you just start getting more mentors, better mentors. And I think what Sil was touching, and what you guys, I think, will agree, is that it's not that you cut family members or brokies or losers from your life. It's just that you get so busy that you want to hang out with like Albert and Sil. You want to hang out with Ed Milet. You want to hang out with Olsen. You want to hang out with Andy Elliott, and then you don't have enough time left to hang out with those people that are not giving you the value that you want to get. So like you're just busy with people that are up here, where you don't really have a lot of time to be with people here. And then eventually what happens is those people get mad, they start, you're too good.
And it's not even up here and down here. I get what you're saying, but it's just a way of thinking where it's like everything's a pastime versus like growth. Right?
Well, time is the most valuable thing we have, and it's so easy to give, but you can never get it back. Yeah. So, for us, people always ask us like, oh, what did you guys do? And I tell all my salespeople, we just focused on work and making money, helping our clients, literally servicing the community with what we did, which was real estate and mortgage, and I think a lot of people are not willing to sacrifice some of those parties there's no value there, right? It's just kind of family gossiping or whatnot. And I'm not saying that, I don't know, my family, sometimes they're a little bit negative, so I just tend to stay a little bit away, because it gets to you. So you have to pay attention what you're allowing in here and who you let into your life and into your mind, because that's what you're going to become, And for me, I'm like, my grandma was really the glue of our family. She really was. She passed in December. So it's like I just don't have a need. Like I tell everybody, I'm here if you need me, come talk to me if you need something. Most of my family works in one of our companies, but you know, like he said, it's not that they're here or here, it's just the level of intelligence. Not because they're bad people, not everybody wants the same life. And even if they want it, they're not gonna go fight and
Not willing
get
to
it.
pay the price.
They're not willing to pay the price, you know.
Did
And
you
we
guys
just
spend
did-
time with family members, like barbecues and kind
a little bit. I think everybody does.
know.
No?
I'm asking them.
Well, here's what I can tell you.
Yeah.
Proximity is power, right? Whoever you hang around with has such a strong influence on you.
Yeah.
And so now, I think now we spend more time with family than we did when we were working the business, just because you only have so much time in the day, right? So like the pie of you is only so big, and you can only, so when we were really working to try to get after our dreams, we were really working hard to shed the old self and to come into that new person that we knew we wanted to become. Like we shielded ourselves for a long time in our little bubble.
Even weddings, birthdays, everything.
Yeah, and it wasn't because we didn't want to hang out. It had nothing to do with anybody else. It was what we needed to feed ourselves in that moment, and only what we needed in our little bubble was what we had to have, what we had to create.
Yeah.
But I think now we spend more time with family now because we're also in a different position where it's like, I want a well-rounded life.
Yeah.
Because I think there's also a part of it where you could take it too far.
Yeah.
So there are certain moments that I missed because we were so busy working, because we thought we didn't have time for those things.
Well, family, you're talking about immediate family. We're not talking about like random barbecues. We're talking about her mom.
Oh yeah, we never did.
My mom, like that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Like random barbecues, we don't do.
We never
that's
did
what
the
I was gonna
random
ask.
barbecues. In fact, we stopped getting invited to parties because we just would never go to them because of time.
Yeah.
And so, we cut a lot of that out. We cut out TV. We got rid of TVs. We didn't have TVs for the first 10 years of our marriage.
Yeah.
Just because we're like, we need to read a book right now.
Well, hence 4 kids too. I mean,
So I don't spend any time with any family members.
Yeah.
So like I haven't seen it's been probably
Just
a
your mom
decade.
and dad.
Probably a decade that I haven't seen aunts, uncles, cousins.
yeah.
The only family members that I spend time with are my parents and my only brother.
Yeah.
And a lot of times, it's not even that I don't want to spend time with them. A lot of times they don't want to spend time with me, or maybe they're uncomfortable. I don't know what the reason is. I don't ask.
Yeah.
A lot of times they just don't reach out. I'm here for them if they need help.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but maybe they're, some people have discomfort
100%.
being around just because maybe someone's a certain pace,
right?
And that's the pace of the leader determines the pace of the pack.
Yeah.
And that will always be true no matter what industry or,
And I'm not here to trash family, but like, dude, family from my
your
experience
family, they say a lot of
have
bad
been the
things about
biggest, our family, I'll be general, her family and my family are the biggest haters. They're the biggest haters, envious people. And I'm not saying every single member, but like most of them, I find out that they're undercover like haters, envious, and negative. And I just don't want to spend my time with people like that. So I'm very selective of the time, and it's so unfortunate, but like, and then most of the time the family just wants to take, and many times I've done favors for family members, could be money wise, lending them money, or just doing favors in general,
And they're gone.
and then they're gone like this, and then whenever I need a favor, like nobody's there.
Yeah.
So like I just haven't, maybe I haven't had the best experience, but I think the key, at least for us, is we're just busy. That we want to focus on people with good energy. We want to focus on people that
Like-minded.
give us value, and that we can give them value back.
Yeah. I'm privileged because I got a chance to work with both of my brothers. I have 2 brothers and 1 sister. And I got a chance to work with both of my brothers for most, like 10 years with one brother, another 20 years with even the telemarketing days, I was with my brother. So we just been close.
Your brother's another G though, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's
He was at
he's legit.
the other dinner
has
the
this
other
thing
night
down.
in Vegas, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
With his
brother.
daughter.
Oh yeah, I was telling you.
Yeah.
That was
So I love him, right? And Precious is his wife, and they do incredible. So and what is fun is when you got like family that's self-sustaining, self-motivating, self-replicating, self-financing, meaning they don't want money from you. It's fun.
Yeah.
Right? You can go, let's go to Cabo, and you guys can all go to Cabo in a heartbeat.
And your brother's really successful business-wise, right?
Oh yeah.
It's kind of rare, like when you have a bunch of brothers and sisters. For like, there's usually like one that changes the family tree.
Yeah. And then you get two, maybe three. We'll see. I mean, but I'm saying it is rare.
Yeah.
And I interview other people. They said it sometimes it's hard, but I don't know. It's worked for us, so I'm blessed with that. Because he was like my first partner, and then she came in, and then we were three of us until he was married, and then he obviously, him and his wife are power couples as well with Precious.
Yeah. That's awesome. So like when did you guys meet?
A long time ago. Actually, I met her. She was doing fashion shows when she was 16.
Oh.
And I took, I was 16, she was 16. I took a picture with her. I kept that picture. And I would just show my friends and brag about it. Like I took a picture of this model and then, I was just trying to claim her. That was it. That was kind of, and then we met again, like in the future. Like,
So we had mutual friends.
Her story is better.
So we had mutual friends. We would periodically see each other, right? So my whole feedback on him was like, oh, he's cute, but he has a resting bitch face. Like he doesn't smile. Like
I feel I did the Botox.
Does he want to be my friend?
I'm good now with the Botox.
Oh yes, somebody talked him into Botox. He had no idea.
I tried Botox when I was in Korea. I think it still works because I can't lift up my.
It still works.
There's no muscle
It
there. I tried it for the first time. You do Botox or what?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you? Oh, okay. All right. So my buddy Joe Morales told me about Botox, and I said, let me try it then.
He had no idea. So he was over there.
I was crying.
I was sitting right next to him. I was getting a regular facial, and all of a sudden I hear a what? I'm like, what is that? I'm like, that sounds like Paul.
See, I can handle business pain, but not like
Needle pain.
Like needle pain.
That's why I don't even like do my
Anything.
what do you call it? Vasectomy?
No.
Well, I had 4 C-sections with my 4 kids.
Yeah, she's tough. Yeah, with the pain.
But I think we're designed. Women are designed, I think, to handle pain a little bit more.
That's why we're in charge of having children.
That's right.
Why 4 C-sections? Was that by choice or?
No,
it's not.
So our first son had an issue. So we got married. So we dated for 6 months, got married. We had
After
our
6
son,
months?
After 6 months. We had our son the next year. And he had an issue. So he was in the NIT for 30 years.
Paul must be really good in sales.
I mean, he's a closer. Let me tell you. I don't know what happened. Yeah, you actually were really good at selling the dream.
Yeah.
That was it. Because if you saw how I looked like, I mean, you wouldn't buy it, As a 12-year-old guy asking.
So in 6 months you date and then you get married?
Yeah.
Shit.
And this is what year?
This was in 2004. Okay, here. So let me tell you the story so you get it. Okay.
20 years ago.
Yeah, 20 years ago. Our 20th anniversary is
Halloween.
in October. Halloween.
I love Halloween. That's my favorite holiday ever.
Yeah.
We also got married on Halloween.
You got married on Halloween?
The October 13th.
Okay.
Around Halloween.
If you reverse the number, it's the same.
Yeah.
Is that what you were thinking?
Love Halloween. Halloween's my favorite ever.
I got married on Halloween.
I mean,
Friday the 13th. Maybe it's Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th.
it's the same shit.
October. It's October.
Halloween's made up anyways.
Yeah.
As long as you remember when, right? That's all that matters.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So I've known him. We were acquaintances. Let me put it this way. We were acquaintances. We'd see each other every now and then. We never really dated. He never asked me out. Like, it wasn't anything like that. And so...
Like seeing each other, like, just, like, run into each other in parties or
Correct.
shake hands or...
Yeah, parties. Even the only month we went to college, community college.
One semester at Mount
We
Sac.
parked at the same parking lot. And she had a Integra.
I had a black Acura Integra.
Did I.
That was like,
The OG car
You
right
guys
there.
met up?
Yeah, literally, we
parked
parked
right.
like this.
Yeah.
I'm like, Miriam?
I'm like, Paul? He was going down the hill. I was going up the hill.
Weird. Just weird stuff like that.
When it's meant to be, it's meant to be.
But the other stuff was stalking, because the other one I did. But the rest of those were coincidence.
Mm-hmm.
Like when she was in the Philippines in a fashion show, she won Miss Philippines.
Oh, I love it.
And then I found out she was doing another deal.
Yeah.
Pageant?
Yeah. So and I found out about it. I flew there with my mom and
So Paul was a stalker?
Yeah. Partial.
But I didn't know.
It's not stalking if it works.
Oh, dear.
There you go.
God.
But he played the long game, though. Because that was when I was 20 years old. We didn't date till he actually recruited me in the business, in the financial service industry.
He's a very persistent guy.
Like you.
Relentless, baby. That was my first team company name. Relentless.
Relentless.
Yeah. Even before they had that relentless event. That's gone, huh?
I don't even know.
Somebody had a relentless event. I remember that.
Or the relentless something.
Yeah,
I remember.
Didn't last.
Yeah, they're gone. They weren't relentless. What happened
name
there?
was-
They
good.
started it around when I was doing Driven.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh yeah, because we were saying like, babe, there's Driven.
There's Relentless.
What's the next one word, right? It was
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a really
yeah,
cool
yeah,
one
yeah.
word name.
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean by track record. I think that that event lasted like 2 years, and so like that's why that's one. If you ask me what are you proud of, it's just the track record because it's been painful
Yeah.
to grow to keep going for so long.
Yeah.
People give up easily.
Yeah. Never give up.
So what has the Driven events, like what has that done for you guys? From a
That's-
personal level and from a business level?
I mean, it's like when people come up to you and tell you that you completely changed their life. It's crazy. You know, I love to see the testimonials. Like Pam is a good one. She's a good one. It just feels really good that you can impact somebody's life, right? In a way that you wish maybe you could have had, right? Because if him and I would have had something like what we're doing now with like our masterminds and all of the products that Driven, services that Driven provides, you know, it gives you that edge because time is so valuable. So if you can learn from someone quickly and apply, then you're in a good place, you know. But when you know that you impacted somebody's life, I think that's the best feeling. You know, and for us, it was through real estate and mortgages at first. And then it just became more and more and more. Driven's like our funnel. So it feeds everything. It's crazy.
And I think in the business wise, it has blown up our network.
Yeah.
So like a lot of people became our friends through Driven.
Yeah.
Like I paid X person $100,000, and then that person became a friend.
Got it.
Paid another person X amount, became friends, and then they introduced us to a new relationship.
Right.
You
And that's
bought
how
the
we came
rooms
about.
you were in, and then they became
Yeah.
friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, some Driven events cost $1 million to put together.
Driven 5 was crazy. During COVID, it was insane.
And because of that, I ran into Ed Milet, and then Ed Milet, he was like, "Hey, I'll speak at your event," and I'm like asking him, well, "Okay, well, let's do it. How much is it?" He's like, "You don't have to pay me. I'll speak at your event."
Andy Priscilla,
Same thing.
that was the first time he came out after not coming to events for years, I heard. I don't know. It
Oh,
was
wow.
amazing. That event was amazing. It's on the Driven Academy. It's really cool to look back. Jesse Itzler, you know, the Spain.
Yeah, I have his calendar in my bedroom.
Oh, the big
Big-ass
ass
calendar.
calendar. That was a good idea. That was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's just interesting. Everybody has value to offer. And if you're a student, you're always going to keep growing.
I mean, just think about it. If it weren't for the Driven event, you wouldn't have found me. Like you found the Driven event, you're like, "Oh, cool." And
Plus the circles you're in. It's amazing.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know.
yeah.
You have any questions? I got some specific
They
ones.
say real recognizes real.
That's right. And real is rare. I want to. I heard your story a while ago, and it was like the first time I heard that version of it, at least. But you talked about going from the absolute bottle to get liquid courage, but now you don't need a lot of that. You have. I mean, one of the things that me and Miriam were like, okay, let's talk about what's great about Albert and Sil. And the first thing is like guts. I mean, you guys have incredible courage. Whether it's investing in you, investing in your business, going all out on a freaking, whether the ghost while you have $5 in your bank, whatever it is, right? I mean, all these different scenarios to everything. Your office is big. You don't give a shit if you park in the front of the parking lot. They can give you all the tickets. Like, I'm like, who's this guy? Like, you know, like give me a ticket every day. You know what I mean? Like I'll pay the price. Like you're willing to do whatever it takes. And some of it is over the top, which is fine. I actually like it. You know what I mean? Like that, give me the park. Like we haven't been in LA in so long, or like at least dinner there. We were there, right? In Beverly Hills.
Yeah, in Beverly Hills.
Freaking A. It's like the reason I would never go back. It's like, I park, where do we eat?
Somewhere.
The only Asian
Capital
spot
Grill?
we found.
Was it Capital Grill?
Yeah, the Capital Seafood.
Capital Seafood.
Anyway, it's in Beverly Hills. We parked there. I didn't see the sign, whatever it said. And then so the guy comes out. He was ready to give tickets. He was there 15 minutes early. He was ready to give tickets, so he gave tickets to everybody. And then he had his tow truck on standby, ready to go.
Oh, yeah.
So they start towing him one by
Within
one.
5 minutes.
Within 5 minutes, like
whatever
4:05,
cutoff.
2 cars were already gone. So I told Miriam, I said, I'll be back. Let me just They already gave me the ticket, which I didn't give a shit about, but I had to move the car because they're about to tow it.
No.
I'm like, what the heck?
That's why you got to get a Ferrari.
It's like an opera. Oh, they don't
They
tow
can't
them.
tow
You know
Ferraris.
why?
No
What do
way.
you mean?
Because of the
of
liability.
The insurance doesn't cover it.
Yeah.
Holy
So
shit.
the tow truck's
They just
insurance
leave it
doesn't cover
alone.
it. So that they leave it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
And
they're
what if it's a
also-
Rolls?
They
Same
don't.
thing.
Yeah.
Same thing.
So they have an insurance cap?
They're
Yeah.
too expensive.
Yeah.
Holy moly, there you go.
That's the
We're
secret.
playing too small, man.
They
All
don't
this
wanna-
Mercedes bullshit.
They don't want to tow a car like that.
Let me
because
have
they
some of
mess it
that
up.
for that. I like that.
Yeah, they
See?
don't.
That's the only reason I would get one now.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. They don't
These
touch
guys
it.
are assholes,
By the
man.
way, when you talked on stage and you talked about the California Ferrari, which is a girl Ferrari, it is a girl Ferrari. I had that Ferrari. Because I can put 2 kids in the back.
I'm a whoops. He
It's
said
okay.
that out loud. He would.
I know, but that's all right. Because it is a girl Ferrari.
Yeah, but I mean,
Well, when guys get it-
for you, it's perfect. Like if Paul would be driving to California, I
Oh, yeah.
would question Paul's.
Yeah, you might look at him like, why?
I mean, yeah, there's a lot of other ones that are way cooler.
Yeah. Well, they have the new one. It's the Portofino.
Yeah.
Pretty good looking one.
I mean, it's still girl.
All right. Sure, man.
You have to get at least the newer one is the Ferrari 296 GTS. Yeah.
Right.
Or get the V12 the what is it called, the super fast.
The super fast. What were you gonna say?
No, so that's what we were talking about. We were talking about things that we like what makes you guys great. What we liked about you was one, with the courage and the guts to be able to do that, right? To be able to also like put yourself out there.
Yeah.
And second thing I like about you guys is that you're very sincere.
Yeah.
You know, you guys are very sincere. Like you guys are good people.
Yeah.
Plus, you're a freaking Mexican couple in Bel Air. What the fuck? You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that
It's
is kinda crazy
I love
to
that.
know.
No, I love that. That's like my favorite part. The
I
fact
know.
you put
Everybody in
Prince
Hotel Bel Air.
Mexican
We drive by.
Prince of
They're
Bel
like
Air.
every morning. They're like,
Yeah, but like I don't give a shit. I'm gonna have an accent. I'm gonna be Latino, and I'm gonna stick myself in Bel Air.
But what people don't realize is that I used to go paint homes there. I used to paint homes in Bel Air with my dad when I was
Wow.
6. And then before, when we used to have a little apartment, we used to go to Hotel Bel Air.
Yeah.
Right there
Oh, I
by our
love that
house.
place.
Just to visualize. So I used to tell her, hey, I like
That's a
coming here.
badass hotel.
Because whenever I come in, now we go there like every day. Like it's like our backyard. But like every time I used to go there, I used to tell her, hey, I feel like a billionaire when I come in here.
That's
So
right.
like that, just being there constantly made us one day be there. You know,
So, funny fact. You want to share it with your uncle? They gave us the room there
Oh yeah.
when we first got married.
Hotel Bel Air?
He was the controller of the whole hotel. So he offered us a room there, and he told us all the stories. Like when Oprah Winfrey came there, they would decorate the room the way she wants it before she comes in.
wow.
So it is a billionaire's hotel. I mean, that's how
Well,
that
if
thing
you
is. That
sit
place is
there-
legit.
If you sit there,
Yeah.
I mean, Jennifer Aniston's right there. Like,
yeah.
it's like you, again, not to put anybody down at all, but it's just different than going somewhere else. Like, you
Yeah.
feel the quality of their customer service.
It's very old money. It's
Uh-huh.
a very old
100
money
customer
vibe.
experience.
Yep. Oh
Like,
yeah.
that's all they care about.
Yeah.
Like, you want something that's not on the menu, they'll make it for you.
Yeah. That's
It's
right.
crazy, literally. Like, I'm always rushing to get the breakfast because
Yeah.
it's over at, I think, 11 on a regular day. Sunday's the only day they have it till 3. But I get my days mixed up, so sometimes I mess it all
Yeah.
up. But then they just do it. They're like,
I walk there for fun.
yeah.
that-
Sometimes.
Yeah, it's a great place. Have you guys ever? Did you guys do this though when you were broke or struggling?
Yeah.
Where you guys touch your dreams?
Yeah.
Like Ed Milet talks about touching your dreams. I mean,
Yeah.
that's the exercise we did a lot. Whether we go to the Montage or the Ritz or the Bel Air Hotel.
I mean, when I was really broke, I used to go to Le Petit Four, that yellow restaurant.
Yeah,
Next
right
to
next to you.
our office.
I love that
Yeah.
place.
And I used to go there with $20.
Yeah.
So I used to have $20. That's all I had, and I used to make some drinks in
The car.
In like before I got there, I would make some strong drinks,
Yeah.
just so I would get there buzzed, and I wouldn't have to spend. I wouldn't have to.
Just
buy-
like you
buy-
came to my house the other week.
like that, yeah. That way I wouldn't have to spend money in Le Petit Four. So I would just get there and I would just get like a pizza or something, and I was already buzzed, and
Where
I would
there's a
just
will, there's a
and I
way.
would visualize, and I would see like all the hot chicks that were coming out of the gym Equinox, and I would be like, wow, hot chicks. Then I would see all the nice cars, exotics that just drive by Sunset. And then I'll be like, damn, look at those cars.
Josiah's having fun.
And I would be
here,
like,
yeah.
one day, I'm gonna live here. One day, I'm gonna have an office here. And that was like how I casted my vision. And now like it's right there, like we're there.
You just gotta get in the right places, in the right rooms, in the right environments. Like you said, proximity is power, and it's so true.
And it's so funny because people underestimate what that little kid, that little kid that's dreaming about things. Like you don't realize how that can actually happen for you.
Yeah.
And so funny thing is, a part of the reason why we live in this house, we weren't looking to move into a 10,000 square foot house. Like it wasn't like something that we were looking for. But we kept trying to sneak into this community because, there was a couple of houses that we wanted to get into. And so one day we're like, this is our shot.
Sunday,
It's an
open
open
house, right?
It's a Sunday. And they were doing an open house for this house. So we snuck into the community because of this open house. We looked at another house down the street. It was like half the size. It was a lot smaller, half the price, a lot smaller. And then we're like, oh, we don't like it. It sinks down. We want something that you drive up. There's like an energy of like driving up to something, right?
Yeah.
And so when we were driving by, I told him, I said, we're already here. Let's take a look. Let's dream a little bit.
Yeah.
So we drive in and I walk in and I kid you not, my mouth dropped. This isn't the style that we were looking for.
But hers did.
Yeah, my mouth dropped, his didn't. We were looking for modern. This was not even like our style.
Right.
But we walked in and it brought me back to my childhood. Like he looked at me like, babe, what's wrong with you? What's wrong? I was literally like standing there almost like with tears in my eyes. It was the weirdest feeling. And then I remembered when I was a little girl, my mom worked as a housekeeper. She would drive to Beverly Hills, Bel Air. She would work for like all the rich people. She worked for like Hulk Hogan. She worked for Neil Diamond, like all these really wealthy people. And I remember being that little girl she would bring with her on a Sunday when she would have to work on the weekends.
Like she's friends with like, what's her name? When you were kids?
Yeah, like
Hogan's,
I spent the night at Hulk Hogan's house, like with his daughter, like sleepovers, things like that growing up. But you know the feeling, you know what it feels like to be around a lot of wealthy people.
Similar to your painting story.
And feel so small. Feel so like out of place. Like I don't know how to describe, like you would understand how it would feel like because we used to paint like the Bel Air Hotel, right?
Yeah.
So I was that daughter of the housekeeper that would come in, that would clean all these beautiful houses. Yes, they were kind. They were all really, really nice. But you still felt different.
Yeah.
You still felt different. Even though they didn't make you feel different. You still did, right?
Yeah.
And so I remember walking through this house and the emotions that came through me, like, holy shit, like it all came full circle. Like, I can be in this house now.
How crazy.
When
I
was-
went
when
from
was this?
dreaming about it
When they
to
walked
wanting
into
to be here.
this
When I
house.
walked into this house.
No, but when was this? What year was it?
This
But
was
3 years ago.
Open
4
house.
years ago.
Oh, 4 years ago.
And crazy thing
yeah.
is we lived in really nice houses before. But there was just something about this place that brought me back to my childhood of what it felt like
It wasn't like
to
this
be
big.
that little girl.
We never lived in anything like this.
No, but I'm saying we also lived in nice houses before.
Right, but not like this.
Come on, baby. It's not like this. Why you keep...
No, but hold on, I'm trying to get to that feeling. Like you're taking me out of my emotional state
I had to get
right
to
now.
work the moment she felt like that. That's the problem, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
I had to
yeah.
friggin' attack and go after.
I had the feeling, and him being my man was
I had
like,
to solve the freaking problem.
yeah, like
The
like,
problem is
we're
she's
gonna get
sad,
in
she
this
wants
house.
this, and I need to attack, right?
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that was me.
And he made it happen. Like he made it happen. Like there was no way you're not getting in this house. And he doesn't even like this house. You know, like he wanted a big yard. He wanted it modern. He wanted like a bunch of animals, whatever.
I wanted a farm.
He wanted a farm. Like
I grew up in a
horse.
farm as a child, so not a farm, but I mean, a lot
Well,
of
he has
animals.
animals.
Land.
Yeah.
8 animals.
Exactly. How many animals do you need?
Shitting all over. That's the problem. I want them to shit outside, not inside.
They're not big. Even if you had a big yard in Arizona, they will not go outside. It's so
It's
hot.
too hot.
They're not
too
going to go
hairy.
inside.
Babe, I would put shades, misters. They would be spoiled. That'd be good.
But anyway, I relate to your Bel Air story.
Yeah.
I felt the same way too.
Yeah, I mean, there's the power of casting a vision.
Yeah. There's a power of dreams, right? The dreams that you have when you're that
Yeah.
young.
Yeah.
That's what most people. That's the like. If people can just harness imagination, there's so much power in it. Most people just live in where they're at. They're not thinking about where they could be. And obviously, a mentor helps, coaching, all the other stuff helps, which is big because sometimes they let you see something that you can't see, you know, and that's, I'm sure you guys had other folks in your life that poured onto you.
Right.
And that's kind of the space we're both in, right? Where we want to pour into other people's lives and we want to make people better, their families better. And there's no way out unless you have somebody that can, you know, kind of guide you there.
Yeah.
Right? Whether it's coaching or a business platform, it's either coaching or a business platform. They need to have a business platform that allows them to have enough horsepower to get there where they can actually make money. Because most people, that, even if they have a coaching, if they don't have a platform to apply it in,
Right.
like if my capacity is $40 an hour at my job, no matter what coaching you give me, I'm gonna go back and apply it at a $40 an hour job to try to get a raise for 50.
Right.
Come on.
Right.
So both of you got into, well, you were in financial services, and then you got Miriam into financial services.
Correct.
You recruited her.
I was just in love with her.
And,
I mean, that was just
and so, like, you've been doing financial services for what, 20 years?
20 years. And then before that was, like, so I was doing mortgages for 4 years and another year while I was doing the financial services.
When did you make your first million?
Not till 2017. Yeah.
You made it together?
Yep.
Yeah.
Made it together, yeah. So she was with me. Well, I spent a lot of money in the wedding. Well, at least back then it was a lot. It was, 35 grand plus the ring, plus the cake.
You know, when you're 22 years old and that's your savings.
Yeah.
It's a lot of money.
I put everything all in on her. So I was pretty much, but I still had my house, but I went all in on the wedding and pretty much had maybe 50 grand left. But I was saving a lot, and then until the wedding, that was gone, depleted. And then we had the house, and actually I didn't have 50 grand. Maybe
that was
10,
a good investment.
maybe 10 grand.
Right?
We got married in Mission Inn.
How was the rate
Riverside.
of return on that investment, babe?
Very
Did it
good.
pay off?
So then what happened? Like your first million, you broke it because you built the people under you in insurance?
Yeah, both personal production. I was doing still a lot of personal production along with building a great team.
How many people did you have under back then?
At least 300 licensed agents, minimum. Probably more, but at least minimum 300.
And with those 300, like how much were you making from their production?
Probably half of that at that point.
Yeah.
Like 600,000, so 50,000 a month, and then like 400 was my own pen at that time.
Do you think it's harder to, like, it takes a lot of years to get to that level, and then once you get to like $1 million, you could double it, triple it quicker?
Well, it's not even the money. It's like figuring out the game. When the game can be leadership, or it could be, because everybody has a different recipe. So I believe in recipes. Like everybody has a different recipe. My recipe might not work with you. Like Andy's recipe is, let me have six pack, and then I'll win, right? I mean, I get it, right? I get the feeling that you can kind of get with that. I haven't had one in a while. I have a 2 plus a 1. You know what I mean? Like I have 2 that's visible, and that's it.
Right.
But anyway, I get what the feeling. If it causes you to have more confidence, yeah, right. So whatever the recipe is for you, but I think we figured out the game at that point where we actually, if you rewind the clock, we doubled our income like 3 times. We were stuck at 180,000 for like so long. Like 180 to 200 was so long, and we were so frustrated because we worked harder than everybody else in the office.
Right.
So what was the problem?
Leadership. It was people skills and leadership. And some people might come in with great people skills and leadership, so that might not be the fix for them. But it was for me, at least me. I can't point to her. I mean, because she's good with that ever since. I was the one that sabotaged it.
Because you guys started with like Ed Milet, Patrick Bet-David, Eric Olson.
Yeah, we were all together.
You were all
the same
together?
company. Yeah. A lot of great leaders come out of our.
And now how did we all came together with GFI and Eric Olson and Brad Lee and Andy Elliott?
This is the future, man. This is a takeover the industry.
Yeah,
This
so
is
we
a
left,
declaration right here.
Yep.
I'm gonna declare it. We will be number 1, no doubt.
Let's go.
I bet everything on it. I bet this house on it. I bet everything I have on it. We will be number 1. Because I know the internals. I know what's going on. I know people like you, people like Brad, people like Andy. We got everybody, the right team in place.
We have the dream team, Albert.
Yeah.
Like if you take a look at a company, what makes a company thrive are all the different skills within that company. Like a bunch of us have different levels of skill and things that we bring to the table to make it a dream team. And so we're in our practice company for 20 years, right? We put everything on the line to be able to be a part
Like
of
we put our
G5.
10,000 or 20,000 hours in. This is game time. Like this is like, we're more hungry than ever. And
Oh, yeah.
it's like, this is amazing. I mean, I'm excited for it.
Yeah, we didn't leave to double or triple our income. We left to 20x our income.
Yeah.
To
But
change
not
the
that, I mean,
legacy of our
like to
family.
humanize this whole thing, and I don't know where we're at with the time there. Yeah. But I don't, just not that long ago, I was, pretty much down because my dad just passed, and then, my only way to connect with him is like, well, we traveled the whole country to find a new home. That was kind of one of the outlets because there was nothing that was keeping me from being in California anymore. It was just really him. And then, we were helping out her mom and all this stuff. So that's kind of, we took a tour for that. But I mean, there was a period of time for about 18 months where she told me to do something. And I'm like, leave me alone. Don't bother me.
Right.
I just needed space. It was my biggest fear was fear of death. And it happened to me, and I don't know how to deal with it.
Same.
Yeah, I didn't know how to handle it. But now I mean.
Or how to live.
I've lost the fear of death, which is like the biggest gift that my dad gave me. Because I was so afraid of it. Even my kids were afraid of it. Like Troy and Nicholas, they're afraid of death, right? Which is funny, But anyway, that's a different subject. Yeah.
For another podcast.
Well, we're very excited to be part of the GFI family with you guys.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, this is good, man. Yeah, most people see you guys as one way. What I like to tell the audience is just, I would be last to judge. Like one of the things that I stopped doing is start judging people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you never know who's who. You get to know people. You know what I mean? Stop judging.
We live in a everyone judges everyone. It's crazy.
Well, especially LA. You guys are in LA, man.
It's disgusting. We have a girl in the company, the most amazing. She's a badass. I mean, she's killing everybody right now. She's second place in the company. She's always been the same girl, in her lane, working. I mean, she was door knocking, pregnant with her first baby at 18.
Holy moly.
Just a fucking hustler, and I love to see that in women because everybody just judges her. And I'm like, no, she's a little bit introverted, but since she joined us, she's so much more like out there, and people DM her and let her know, like, man, since you joined Albert and Sil, and I love to see it. I'm here for all of it, and she's just a little more shy. If she was not a cute girl, nobody would even pay attention to her because she's a pretty girl. People are like, oh, she's stuck up, she's this, she's that. Like, it's like, I tell people, no, you don't know her. Like, you shouldn't be judging people like that because ultimately, not everybody's like super bubbly and crazy like me, right? It's like everyone's different. Everyone's different. So when you actually get to know people, everybody should allow themselves the opportunity instead of judging. Like, it could be your best friend. I always say that. That could be your best friend. But yet, you judge somebody without knowing them based on appearances or what you see. But again, like I've said this 100 times, I'm like, if you actually knew her, took the time to get to know her, because not everybody's super bubbly,
Right.
then you would understand how valuable she is just as a human, just super authentic, super loyal, super trustworthy, just an amazing girl overall. Like I tell Albert,
It's
like
amazing.
It is amazing, and I think we shut ourselves from that opportunity because we judge too quickly.
Yeah.
That's so true.
This is a good,
That's so true.
I don't know unless you have a question, but this is a good kind of segue. So they're in Bel Air, we're here. Yeah, our kids are out there.
What is that?
So you guys are in Bel Air, we're here. First time we moved there, I got this lady. You know what I do in my free time because it's like therapeutic, not because it's just therapeutic for me. Like first thing in the morning, I'll do whether just in California, I was watering the plants. There's no plants to water here. There's just everything lives without water.
Yeah.
Cactus survive regardless. So I do like I grab the scissors. I grab the scissors and I'll cut certain things I don't like. It just for me it's therapeutic to be just outside. Maybe because I spent a lot of time outdoor as a child with my dad or whoever.
Yeah.
And so doing that, and then my dogs went out, freaking started chasing this lady down the street. And so I run, my shirt's off, I'm running down. I look like a gardener, right? I look like a gardener. I just drop my scissors and run.
Yeah.
You want to continue the story there? Or no?
No, go ahead.
No, but I'm saying this lady. Sometimes you tell the story better on that end. But anyway, this lady obviously panics. There's dogs barking at her, and then she has her umbrella walking down the street. And when people are panicking, usually they tell the truth. They don't think. You just say whatever's on your mind. There's no filter. You say whatever's on your mind. And so literally, I start hearing, and I don't remember all the words.
Details?
Maybe you even.
I do.
Okay, say it, babe, because I don't.
So
I don't
she
remember
starts-
details, man.
Yeah, so he literally is like running down, right? While like my dog's barking at her. She starts screaming at my husband while my husband's trying to help her. Starts saying like you guys are drug dealers. You guys do illegal activity. I'm gonna report you to the
There's
cops.
people here, the team's here.
Right?
I got parties.
Yeah. So anyway, the whole time Paul's still like, okay, ma'am, it's okay. Please do go ahead and call the police. It's okay. Well, he's grabbing the dogs and he goes, have a great day, okay? As he's walking up the street, she's like cussing him out, right? And so he comes up to me and I was like, babe, what's wrong? Like, you look, stunned. He goes, yeah, this lady just started cussing me out. And I guess she literally thought, because we're one of the youngest people in our neighborhood.
And we're minority, that's where I'm getting at.
And we're minority.
Right.
In a white neighborhood.
He's Filipino, looks Latino, and he loves to garden.
I'm half white, but it doesn't count in this neighborhood.
No,
it does
not here,
count in
not
this
here.
neighborhood. And so, because of that, everybody thinks we're drug dealers. Because God forbid, young minorities are living right next door to them. Because everybody here, the median age is 70 years old.
So the reason I bring that up, you guys are in Bel Air, that's old money.
Yeah.
What's that like?
They think the same
Tell
thing.
me what's going on there in your mind.
well,
and I love it, by the way. I love that whole scene.
We had like 40 police cops that showed up to our house a month ago.
No, in
March, whatever. And we have like full security, like with guns, full arm, like walking around our house that we had to get because people tried to break into our house. So it's funny because like we're the only Mexicans, Latinos in that area. I haven't seen anybody else. I'm sure there's another. It could be like maybe there's a celebrity
what are
that
they,
lives there.
YouTubers?
But
Well, kinda right now.
But like it's all like older white people.
Yeah.
And a young Latino family.
That's what I'm saying.
Has like security with guns walking around, and then they try to break into our house, and we had like 40 police cops there.
Oh.
And so you could imagine like out of everybody, the Mexicans are the ones that caused that scene in Bel Air. And they try to break into the Mexican's house.
Everybody knows.
So like the neighbors were asking like, what do they do? What do they do? They asked our security people, and they're like, yeah, they're business, and they're like, oh yeah, they're big online.
They finance your home.
Yeah.
So like it was pretty funny, but that's what happened, and I mean it feels good to be a minority that.
Because we get to represent. Yeah, I mean, we get to represent on what's possible.
Yeah.
Yes.
Represent on what that you can still dream, and you can still. There's hope, man.
Yeah.
I mean, and it doesn't take that long. Most people think it's like, and again with coaching, like they get coached by you, right?
Yeah.
You just give them the shortcut. They get coached by you still on how to support a business and what your role is in the business. You just cut all
It's a
the
shortcut.
time.
It's a shortcut, right?
You can still put the 10,000 hours takes about 5 years. So it's either they're not willing to work or not willing to get the coaching. The coaching can shorten the 10,000 hours.
Yeah.
But 10,000 hours at 12 to 15-hour days is about 4 to 5 years you can get there and get to mastery, right? And obviously you guys have mastered, certain areas of your game.
Right.
And you guys are willing to teach others how to do it.
Well, I'm excited about the partnership that we have because it's an opportunity for us to be able to like win together.
Yeah.
And I think like one of the things that Paul and I are really excited about when it comes to building relationships is that when you can make money with friends,
It's
it just
amazing.
makes it even better.
Yeah.
When
Well, it's
you can
another
have a
level of
relationship-
friendship.
Yeah, it's another level of friendship.
Because you get to know people in their core when you add money to the game.
Right. Well, money enhances whatever you already are.
Yeah.
That's why most people.
Well, some
can't
people
really
though,
handle.
they when
They
you
can't
add money,
handle
it
it.
breaks the relationship.
Yeah.
So you add money to the game, and someone becomes like not trustworthy or something else.
1,000%.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and something to be very excited about, and what people can learn is like I'm excited about creating another flow of income, because if we didn't have multiple flows of income, right now, like if you're just in real estate, you're gonna have a very hard time.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you start a business and you add more flows of income, you know, as your businesses run on autopilot with systems and processes, you start adding another flow, another flow, another flow, another flow, and then even if one flow or two flows are not hot anymore,
Yeah.
you're still going to have other ones that are going to keep making you money, and then you keep investing that money into other businesses.
Right.
Whether it's real estate investing, whether it's a business, like you're always going to be good.
Yeah.
So like I'm very excited to create something new. We don't know much about the insurance financial services, but we're very eager to learn and to
Right.
be able to help people with that
Yeah.
product.
I love it, man.
Yeah.
You guys are one of the real ones and one of the rare ones. The rare ones to get out of the rat race, get out of social conditions, get out of similar to the La Puente story or the welfare story or painting houses in Bel Air.
Yeah.
I mean, that's to me, I think there's more people that needs to hear that story
Yeah.
from you guys outside of just
We both have hot wives.
yeah, well, yeah. But outside of the Rolls Royce and the Ferraris, I think there's a lot of that I think people need to hear
Yeah.
more, just because more people need more hope
Yeah.
for a brighter
Help.
day. You know, it starts with hope and then expectation. Like you expect to win now,
Yeah.
but it first starts with hoping.
And then I mean we could talk for hours, but like people, if you don't quit, you will not fail. And in 2008, when the market crashed, the mortgage meltdown, I had to sleep in the Ford Explorer. So like I said, I'm not gonna quit. I'm not gonna get it out of the mortgage industry. I'm gonna keep fighting. My income's gonna drop, but I said I'm gonna weather the storm. And I slept in the Ford Explorer for 2 months with her. So I lost everything. I only have my Ford Explorer. So we slept in
still
the
have
Ford
that one?
Explorer. I don't have it anymore now.
Oh, okay.
It was an old salvage Explorer. It went out of business. It was just old. But I'll tell you one thing about the Ford Explorers.
Yeah.
Like they make those cars for sex.
Oh my God.
Like the way they engineered it and designed it, like the
There's
positions.
space for movement.
Yeah.
This was good for kids until you said that.
Like for us, it's perfect. You know, if you're a big guy or you're extra tall, then they have the Expedition or the Suburban.
my goodness.
But the Ford Explorer, bro, like
I had an Explorer too, a green one.
oh, so you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I got you.
You park that car in the middle of nowhere and you get to work.
We had the best music too, man. All the R&B.
Yeah.
What's up with all?
And then
There's no more
music
songs like
sucks
that.
now.
Just the way
There's
they
no
did.
112, Usher, all that.
Yeah. And the way they designed the car, it's amazing.
You know, I have to tell you, the common denominator, besides the hot wife, but
What,
thank
we're
you.
ghetto or what?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
We're very
No,
sexual.
let me tell you what makes you guys special, though. You guys have women that were by your side. It's very easy to be with someone when times are good.
Yeah.
Am I right?
Well, girls are sluts these days.
But you and
They're
I,
wild.
you
No,
and I
it's
still,
a crazy world.
it's different. You and
Everybody
I were
that's
with them.
single, they're like, people are wild right now. Like, it's so crazy to date in this time and
That's what I keep hearing.
age.
That's what I keep
I
hearing
wouldn't
from
know.
all my
but-
single friends. All my single friends tell me
They're like-
that. True.
Yeah.
It's true. But yeah, I mean, we were with them through the ups and downs, and we were with them through the tough times, which is rare. Not a lot of men can say that.
No. They're like, bye.
know, it's
the
very
girls
rare.
are like, bye, thank you.
Oh, what? Times are tough? Oh, wait, your money's down?
Oh, let me go get another one.
See ya. So to be with someone like Sil that was there with you, that was homeless with you, that was sleeping in the car with you, like, is a big deal.
But hold on, but me and Albert keep getting attractive, you know what I mean? So that's like a different thing.
Oh, good.
If you look at all our photos, I mean, it's like,
You guys get fine wine,
Yeah.
like you just keep
I mean, you
liking
said that to
your
me,
old
so it's not
age.
like me saying
That's
that.
the goal. No, yeah.
Agree or not?
100%. Yeah. Like I think. I think that you know certain men like they age like wine.
Oh, dear.
Or champagne.
Or champagne.
Okay, but how about the women? How are we aging?
Babe, you're good, babe. I got you. I'll take care of you.
Very
forever.
nicely.
Yeah.
But one thing that I will say is like one thing that me and Sil do is we hold ourselves accountable.
Right.
So like I'll call her out on her shit, and she calls me out on my shit. So
Right.
like I'll tell her, hey, you know what? Make sure you don't forget to do the Stairmaster.
He literally
there.
tells me.
Yeah, we just had something like that this morning in a coffee shop. She booked me an appointment at 11.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
She called me out.
Yeah.
Let's go.
But, like
Let's do
I feel that you should always look for improvement. So like you should look better than how you met.
Yeah.
And of course, you know, there's gonna be like age is gonna happen. You know, like no matter what, like somebody that's 65 years old
I would
does,
look like J-Lo when I'm
you're still not gonna
her
look
age.
40. You know,
No, of course.
so like age is gonna come, and one thing that I think about, and that like I've talked to Sil about, I talked to my parents about it, is like, do you really want to be 65 years old? Like let's just say me and
Getting old is a privilege. Oh my God. These
That pop in a
bottles.
zone.
so
Give me a.
And it just spills
so
everywhere.
let's just say me and Paul.
Wow.
Right? Me and Paul are
How about this? Double. Sorry.
me and Paul are fully loaded, and we're 65. All right, you girls are beautiful, and you girls are 62 or whatever. Me and Paul are 65. Let's say we break up, so me and Paul are single, and we're 65.
What's happening?
Do you really want to be that 65-year-old
Yeah.
that you're dating a 25-year-old or a 23-year-old, and they're just with you because of your money,
Right.
And
They're not nothing else but that.
They're not attracted to you.
No.
They don't want a grandpa.
They just want to take the money. Maybe they want to marry you because they're hoping that you die, and then they keep a
100%.
piece
Yeah.
of it.
You're right.
Like,
Oh my God, this conversation
I don't
went,
want to
like,
be a
sideways.
70-year-old with a 25-year-old.
Yeah.
So like I think
You're mine forever.
the moral of the story is that it's a good feeling when your
Truly loved.
wife, your better half, you know, they're in the bad times, in the good times, and then you age together. Because like I mean, yeah, when I'm 65, I probably will want to have a 25-year-old, but then that 25-year-old is not really gonna be with me for the right reasons.
Yeah.
So then why? So it would be great to grow together, age together, and you know.
Live a happy life.
I'm glad you went back to like why? Why
Yeah,
would you
yeah,
do
yeah,
that?
yeah.
I'm glad you went back to the lane. Yeah, because if not, I don't know how we would end this. I would have to have another topic.
Yeah.
No.
We might have to have another appointment later.
Yeah, we might have but it's good counsel for people that are right now, maybe you're going through relationship issues.
Well, you
You're so
can
stupid.
collect and select until it's the one, right? I mean,
That's
at least
right.
for the guys.
Yeah.
And
The
then
guys.
you go
not-
all
yeah.
in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go all in
Yeah.
when it's the one.
I mean, that's me, right? I collected and select, and then when I saw her, I'm like, shit, this is it. I knew already. There was no doubt. It was zero doubt.
I love it.
And you guys are best friends, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
This
she's
is
my
it.
best friend.
Yeah. We fight. We do everything together.
Yeah.
A lot of fights. Yeah, we fought yesterday.
As long as you fight for me and not fight with me, we're good.
We fight it all, dude. It's fine. We're good.
No, so the conversation we had this morning was I
And
was
then do the wrap up because
oh yeah,
we're
I'll do the
gonna
wrap
get
up.
our steak.
I'll do the wrap up. I know
Do
wrap
some
up.
ribeye.
But what
Yes.
was the conversation?
So the
Yeah.
conversation I had with him this morning, because like the busyness never ends, the hustle
Ever.
never ends.
It's
It-
a little
Ever.
different
it
than
doesn't
Andy's
ever end.
podcast, huh?
Right? No, it's true. So I
get
was
it.
telling him. So by the way, the co-founder of Netflix, he stands by this. He says every Tuesday at 5 p.m. I'm with my wife. And it's an appointment he keeps no matter what. He goes, if shit hits the fan, well, you better get me at 4:45 and you better talk to me as I'm walking to the parking lot to go to my car because
To be
by
with
5
my wife.
o'clock, I'm done. And one of the reasons why he has that philosophy, he says, I don't want to be on my 7th startup with my 7th wife.
Oh shit.
He
That's
goes,
true.
yeah, he goes, I want to make time for the things in my life
That
that is
matter.
going to matter the most to me at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And think about it, the hustle will never end. The busyness
That's
will
right.
never end.
It
Like there's
never
always
ends.
something to do. There's always so much more. So the conversation I had with him this morning was like, babe, I want to enjoy the process.
Speak it.
Yeah.
You know, I want to
Thank you.
enjoy the process. When all of our goals are met, when all of our
I don't think they ever
no,
get
but
met.
think about it. There's going to come a day and time where you're going to reach whatever that end goal is going to be financially, whatever that is.
Right.
I said, babe, I want to be sitting on the beach with you. I said, because the money is great, but the money's even greater when you're with the people that you love.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, what is all this for?
Yeah.
If you don't make time for the people that matter the most to you, because obviously I'm going to be here no matter what.
Yeah.
Like, I'm time
Like
tested.
me and Brad were doing $100 million exercise while smoking a cigar on Sunday. Like if somebody just gave you $100 million, I forgot how he worded it, or bought out your company for $100 million, what would you be doing? I said I'd be doing the same thing. That's what I told him. His answer was a little different, but
Yeah, I still can't believe you'll pay $500,000 to be on Joe Rogan.
I love the guy, man. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
You'll pay $500,000 to be on Joe?
Yeah. Is that okay?
I mean, it better be a 3-hour podcast.
Right.
I don't know what we're talking about unless we have some scotch or something.
I don't know. You better be shooting
I'm not a
some
scientist
deer
or any of that, so
with Joe Rogan.
yeah, all good.
Yeah, he said, we were just randomly, he just said, I'll pay $500,000 to be on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Joe, if you're
me and Brad were
listening,
what?
give us a discount.
And then Brad
I named the price.
Brad would pay $100,000, but he wouldn't do 200.
Yeah, I'd pay $500,000. Yeah, I would do it.
Yeah.
It's getting in the right rooms, man. I mean,
Around
if there was a right room, that's the right room.
But like something important that all that here to wrap up
Close
is like I had two options. We had two options. We could we could go back home, drive back on Sunday, and go back to LA.
From Vegas to LA.
Yeah.
Vegas.
Or we had another option to stay another day and be on Dropping Bombs, hang out with Brad a little bit,
Monday,
and then come to Arizona
Tuesday.
and then hang out and do a podcast with Andy Elliott. If you think about it,
That's 3 now.
yeah, if you think about it, Brad, he has millions of followers.
Yeah.
That's a great exposure for my businesses. Andy Elliott has millions of followers. Great exposure for our businesses.
Yeah.
And then after that, we were gonna leave from here, go back to LA.
Because it was all unplanned, unexpected.
And then we had another option, another decision to make. Do we go back home, or do we just stay another day, and then come here with the Ayrtons and shoot another podcast, hang out, and another $1 million, I call it another $1 million day. Another $1 million day. So I'm thinking, and for me, it's like, we talked about it, and she's like, no, I don't want to stay another day. I don't want to stay another day. And then I tell her, we are staying another day.
He did
And
say that.
and then she thought about it, and she's like, oh yeah, it makes sense. Why are we gonna rush back to be in an office that's not gonna make us any money? To hang out with our employees,
Right. Our businesses run without us.
to just say I'm back, I'm in my office.
Yeah.
So in the world today,
Plus, you're also in Biltmore, so it's not
Yeah.
like,
it's pretty nice.
Yeah.
So in a world like today, like I want just people to take this in. There is
That's
so
good.
much money you can make from anywhere in the world. Like you guys don't have to be in
crazy.
California. You're in Arizona, 4% state tax. You have this mansion, and you're making money. I think you guys work from home, right? For the most part.
Pretty much right here.
You work from home
Downstairs
from
here.
your mansion, and this just shows you, especially now, GFI. You got Brad Lee, you got Andy Elliott, you got us promoting the company, and we're reaching a lot of people. So if anybody here is watching this and you're thinking like, man, how can I make more money? Look at what some of these people have created by building their personal brand and just being omnipresent.
Right.
Like being anywhere, like when you find or you see opportunity, go for it. Like we were supposed to be back home Sunday, but we're like, opportunity came by. Like I told her,
What's today?
I'm gonna be on Dropping.
Tuesday or
It's
Wednesday?
Tuesday. It's gonna be Wednesday tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I'm like, it's almost like
You're
we're
stuck. Don't
like,
go home anymore.
I don't even know where we live now. Yeah.
The
So
girls are living life.
so yeah.
It's a little bit
and
hard,
then we have
but-
our kids with us. So like there's nowhere we need to be. Like we
Yeah.
have our kids with
Right,
us.
that's right.
So we flew our.
You can borrow
our-
my nanny.
Yeah.
You can borrow the sprinter and you leave the rows. It'll
There
be
you
good.
go.
Yeah.
We and you saw what I did. Like money, like poor people.
Yeah.
They waste time.
Yeah.
Rich
that's right.
people buy
You
time.
flew in
That's
one of
right.
our
I flew
camera
in.
guys.
I flew in my videographer to record the podcast with Andy.
Anthony, one of our full-time employees.
Like-
yeah, he's great.
like it just shows you what is out there. But when you find an opportunity, I told her I'm gonna be on Dropping Bombs. I didn't even ask Bradley if I could be on Dropping Bombs.
I heard.
I told
I heard about that at the mall.
Yeah.
I told Brad, hey Brad, like let's do
But
Dropping
he
Bombs.
can't say no.
That's what I'm saying.
Brad can't say no though.
So I'm like, hey
That's
Brad,
why
I'm
you
gonna shoot it. So like I created that.
Yeah.
But I also casted a vision. I said I'm gonna be on Dropping Bombs. It's the 5th time I'm on Dropping Bombs.
Yeah.
So like I was on that.
Yeah.
5th time
Holy moly.
or 6th time. And
Did you drop any bombs?
a lot of them. And
I'm excited to hear it.
And I keep dropping the bombs, and I keep getting people that find me on Dropping Bombs. And then I didn't even think about Andy Elliott podcast.
Yeah.
But then after I started thinking, oh wait, well why don't we do Andy Elliott podcast?
That's right, yeah.
And boom, that came, and then boom, this came out. But
Did you text Andy?
huh?
You text
He
Andy?
texts him.
He texts
Andy
you?
texts you,
Well,
right?
he texted me. We talked about the
Yeah.
podcast when we had the event, GFI event.
Yeah.
But my point is that, like we made an extra $1 million.
Yeah.
By staying an extra day, another $1 million by staying the second day, and another $1 million by staying a third day. We're not spending this time with people that are not giving us value or that we're not giving value back. Like so, it's just the power of opportunities. When you find an opportunity,
Such a good distinction.
go after it. Yeah, and if you don't see the opportunity, create it.
Right.
So was it worth the 8.5 minute talk at GFI that you were upset about? I think all of that led to something else.
Was
that's
it
better.
8.5 minutes?
I think you left a lot sooner. So you were actually a lot. You were on
You're like
time.
9 minutes.
Yeah.
The guys want
I mean,
Which it's not
We're
obviously the
wrapping up.
topic. It's what the gif of that afterwards, right? I guess is my point.
yeah, but and then that's also like, was I a little bit like ticked off? I was a little bit ticked off just because I was like rushing
understand.
it. I had to rush it, but
Yeah.
was I a little
Make the
bitch
best
and
out of
started
it?
crying and the world was over? No, I just said, okay, I'm gonna do the best out of it.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do my best I can in 10 minutes.
Which
and,
you actually did a good talk in 10 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did.
It was
really
actually good.
But it's just like,
I want to ask you this last one, and then we can end it with this, because if not, we can go for 5 hours there. And then I know the
No,
kids are
I know the
outside.
kids, I'm like-
yeah, I know they're all right here
I get
looking.
anxiety. I'm like,
That's okay. Last question.
okay, nobody's gonna eat the kids.
Yeah, no one's gonna eat them.
Berlin might throw herself off the stairs. She's crazy.
No, she's
Callie,
fine, she's
Callie, the
fine.
little one.
Throw herself off.
No, Callie's wild.
Is it
the little
okay?
baby.
Last one.
Yeah.
You got. You said something a while ago. You said, "I focus on," and even Andy mentioned this too.
Yeah.
Focus on creating.
Yeah.
Not managing what you have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Most people manage their shit. We talked about like looking up bank accounts. You go, I don't
Yeah.
look at my. We talked about like instead of looking at your bank account, why don't you create it? Where does that come from? Because that's a forward-looking, like vision-driven mindset versus
Yeah.
like, let me manage what I have so I don't lose it. Like Tony Robbins talks about it, where he goes, man, most people will work harder to keep the 10,000 than it is to work for another 10.
Yeah.
I noticed with me,
So true.
my best version of me came out when I'm looking to create versus trying to keep.
Yeah.
And I noticed that a while ago, that you got that mindset of, man, I want to create. Forget like trying to keep. I want to create more.
Yeah.
That's a good distinction.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Absolutely.
I know. It's a big, that's why I want to end with that.
Yeah.
Because every problem is fixed by just creating more income. So if you have a problem, if you have an issue, just create more income. Like I focus 95% of my time creating income, and 5% on expenses.
Yeah.
Like I don't.
That's why you mentioned, like, instead of doing a Venmo, no, I'm going to create more money that creates me more money than the money I'm sending on Venmo.
Yeah,
That'll cost me money.
Venmo's an assistant's job.
Yeah,
Right.
correct. I got you.
Like people like us shouldn't be putting gas in the car, picking up dry cleaners, ordering DoorDash.
People like us.
What
You're funny.
what you do before we started the podcast? You said hey, you told one of your guys, hey, forget about recording. If you want to go outside, you can go outside.
No.
You told one of
They'll
your guys,
talk for 10 hours.
hey,
Let 'em.
can you create or heat the steak, right?
Yeah.
You're like, hey, go take care of the steak.
Yeah.
You delegate it.
Yeah.
You're a very good delegator because
I am. I'm helping her with that.
Yeah, he's so good at delegating.
like
I'm
right
I'm
just
a
now,
like-
delegating king.
Yeah, same.
right now she doesn't want to delegate. She's like, oh my kids.
Yeah, there's like 5
Oh, it's
people
been
with
like
them.
an hour.
Your kids are
I'm going to lock this.
Yeah. So like you delegate. So like it's just you focus on things you could control, not on things you can't control. So I can't control what my bank account balance is right now, but I could control what my balance is gonna be by the end of the day, by tomorrow, by next week. A lot of the times you just pick up the phone and make some phone calls, and you could make a lot of money like this.
No, I love your hustle, man. I'm telling you, I love your hustle. I can smell it. I can feel it. I can smell your courage with both of you. And it's like, it takes courage to do what you guys are doing, man.
You know what I did one time?
You don't need the vodka to do it.
We got a private jet.
Yeah.
We chartered a private jet.
Yeah.
And she's like, we're thinking about, oh, this is a private jet. It's going to cost this much. You know what I did? I got the private jet. And then I created income.
Hey, does anyone want to come on the jet?
So I said, anybody want to fly with me? 5K. You will have a mastermind on the jet. Boom, 5K. Boom, 5K.
I like it. Let's do it again.
So I didn't even pay the jet.
Let's do it.
So
let's do one of those.
We missed
it.
We kind of missed it 3 times, but
yeah, but I created more income. Well, we missed the flight. We
he was talking to the pilots.
We were supposed to leave. We were supposed to leave by 12.
Yeah.
And it was like 6 p.m. Like we did some activities and we fell asleep, and then we missed. The jet had to go back. So then we had to get another one.
Legend, just an activity.
Yeah, I mean it was. It happened here in Arizona, by the way. Biltmore.
It was so fun. It's the first time I left the kids. Crazy.
I remember you guys came from our house.
In 7 years, dude.
What's up,
never
Josiah?
left them.
You good?
The Ayrtons are great hosts. If you never came to the Ayrtons' house, come to the Ayrtons' house. They get the good stuff. They treat us good. They get good steak. And last time I came to your house,
go have dinner now.
I don't remember what happened towards the end of the night. But you guys know how to party.
I think you know how to party.
You know, the F in fun, or the F, yeah.
Beth.
And the FM fun.
With the F in fun. We know how to have fun, man. It's just, it's, what do we got there? I think we got to end it now, right?
Yeah, I mean.
All right, let's have some ribeye.
We're just going to keep talking.
More champagne.
Yeah.
All right,
And
cheers, you guys.
I think there was about at least 20 reels from there.
Let's do cheers.
Here, let me pour some there.
Let's do cheers.
I will end it.
We'll end it with a
My
cheers.
baby loves me. She was like,
Cheers,
"Where's my mom?"
You
guys.
could just pick her up.
Cheers.
Cal.
All right, you guys. That was good. Till the next time. Maybe we do it at your place next time. But there it is.
Thank you.
Let's go.